Welcome back to the second tutorial of the 20-second challenge series. I am Atul Bhargava, your host and host for the tutorial. Guys, we all have worked on graph papers during our school days, but have we ever wondered how many rectangles are there in that graph paper? Won't it be fun if we take up, let's say, a 20 centimeter by 25 centimeter graph paper and in less than 20 seconds calculate and tell that there are exactly 63 crore 6 lakh 37,500 rectangles in that graph paper? Don't worry on hearing that number. I'm here to teach you this very trick today. And hey, please don't mind that photograph out there. It's not just you, it's all of us, because I remember studying in my school days that humans have all evolved from monkeys. I know that was a bad joke, so let's start right away. To understand this concept of counting the number of rectangles, let's start with a small example. How many rectangles are there in this 3 by 2 grid which you are seeing on your screens right now? Probably you can count them manually. Okay, let's try it together. This is rectangle number 1, 2, 3. What? I'm doing it all wrong? These are not rectangles. These are all squares. And in these questions, we are supposed to count only the rectangles. This is what you want to say, right? No, my friend. A square is also a rectangle which has all sides equal. So we need to count the squares as well. So let's continue the counting. That's rectangle number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and number 18. So, as you can see, there are a total of 18 rectangles. But as you can also see that this is a time consuming and error prone method. Moreover, as you increase the size of the grid, your life will only become more and more difficult. For example, even if you take up a 6 by 4 grid, there will be a total of 210 rectangles, and in competitive exams, we certainly won't have time to count all of them. So let's look at the trick to solve this. In the given grid, just write the number of the rows like this, 1 and 2, and then write the number of the columns like this, 1, 2, and 3. Now add up the column numbers, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3, which gives us 6, and add up the row numbers, that is 1 plus 2, which gives us 3. Lastly, multiply these two results. So 6 into 3 gives us 18, which was our correct answer. It's that simple, friends. Now listen to me very carefully and try to grasp the pattern. This will help you in solving such questions without even drawing the diagram. There were 3 columns, so that's the very reason we took the sum of the first 3 numbers, which came out to be 6. And there were 2 rows, so that was the reason we took the sum of first 2 numbers, which was 3. We multiplied both these numbers and got our answer. I hope you've got the logic. So now let's reinforce this concept by taking up a bigger example from my own book, Campus 500. And this type of question is frequently asked not only in campus placement exams but also in other exams like SSC and banking. The question is, how many rectangles are there in a 12 by 6 grid? Let's do it super fast. There are 12 columns, so we add up the numbers 1 to 12. And what's the sum? Yes, it's 78. There are 6 rows, so we add up the numbers 1 to 6 and get 21. Now we multiply 78 by 21 and there we get it. 1638 are the number of total rectangles. I hope you've now understood the logic even better. But this process can be further simplified. In the last tutorial, we saw the formula for finding the sum of the squares of the first n numbers. Today we will use the formula for finding the sum of the first n numbers, which will come in very handy when we will try to find out the number of rectangles in higher dimensional grids. The very simple formula is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. So in this particular question, to find the sum of the first 12 numbers, we put n is equal to 12, and as you can see, we get 78 as the answer. Similarly, to find the sum of the first 6 numbers, we put n is equal to 6 and get 21 as the answer. The rest of the process remains the same. Right. So this brings me to one of the most challenging questions that you will ever face in your life, which is to count the number of rectangles in a 20 centimeter by 25 centimeter graph paper. So what are the grid dimensions here? Oh, what a stupid question this is, right? The grid dimensions are obviously 25 by 20. Wait and think, my friends. In a graph paper, each bigger square contains 10 columns and 10 rows in itself. We all have seen that. So 25 bigger rows mean 25 into 10, that is 250 actual rows. Similarly, 20 bigger columns mean 20 into 10, that is 200 actual columns. So our grid dimensions become 250 by 200 and not 25 by 20. And what do we do now? Yes, now simply take the sum of the first 250 numbers and multiply it with the sum of first 200 numbers. And how to find the sum quick and fast? You already know it, right? Yes, using the formula we studied in the last example. And this is that formula. So now, putting n equal to 250 in our formula, we get the sum of the first 250 numbers, and putting n equal to 200, we get the sum of first 200 numbers. Multiplying all these numbers, we get our answer, which is 63 crore 6 lakh 37,500. So as promised, we are done with this huge question now. Yes, I know that if someone solves this kind of a question in so little time, he or she will definitely feel like a superman. That's it for this tutorial. See you in the next tutorial where we'll discuss how to count the number of triangles in this kind of a figure in less than 20 seconds. In the meantime, if you're preparing for campus placements, don't forget to get your copy of Campus 500, which contains all these tricks and many more. It's now also available on Amazon. Thanks for watching and bye for today.